How sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up, it's me. What is up, it's me. How sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up, it's me, your buddy, your pal, HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. So happy to have you all here with me tonight as we cruise into yet another exciting weekend. We have we'll find stuff to talk about, of course, but if you're new here, this is HeyArcher Live, where, what is my usual speech? I'm forgetting the goddamn speech. This is HeyArcher Live, your weekly Thursday night nerdy talk show where we sit back and relax.
What?
I said we sit back and relax.
What?
And hopefully, especially today, I guess, hopefully by now, you've poured yourself a little bit of,
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
oof. And of course, if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. I have no idea what I'm doing today, so we're gonna figure it out together, because that's what we do every single week. We just figure it out together, and it's a good time because you guys make it a good time as I check the settings, close out screens. But without further ado, bring in the man, the myth. What screen is this? The legend. Still reorganizing screens. Still moving screens. I think we figured it out. It's me. I tricked you. It's me. It's me. I am the problem and sometimes the tech difficulties. It is me. Happy to have you guys here tonight on the show, on the stream. I was not prepared. Am I ever prepared? No. I had just now the screen was like, and I was like, oh God, here we go. Here we go. But we're good. We're safe. Still closing out screens. Last week, I don't know what happened. I don't know what that was last week, but yeah. I'm gonna turn this on and see that now. Do that. So I finally got the camera app to work. So I'm making some changes here. Hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it looks good. Now I can get back to the show. Welcome back. Hello. I'm going to hit the button one more time just because we need it.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
As we cruise into the weekend. I just realized also the chat window is not up. Let's bring that back. If I can find it. I can't find it. Oh, I still in the wrong screen. I'm a mess. Hot Mess Express. There we go. Let me turn this a little bit. There we go. Better. Yeah. I've never streamed before. First time for everything. Let's get the shameless plugs out the way. And this debauchery of a show. This abomination of a show. Of course, nerdaffiliated.com, your one-stop shop for all things nerd affiliated, whether it's links to the latest live streams, latest videos, latest Daily Planets, sweet merch, all sorts of things, fun things over at nerdaffiliated.com. But if you want to get in contact with us in real time, Nerd Affiliated on Instagram, That's where you can find our latest, more shorts, more posts. Of course, shoot us a DM. And if you're into the Ghostbusters side of things, there's therealnerdbusters.com and The Real Nerdbusters on Instagram. So with that being said, let me find the chat. I found it. There you are. Found it. We got it. We're going. We're moving. We're moving. We got Tony in the house. Good to see you. Ultra Carter in the house. Good to see you. We got the Man Collects in the house. Good to see you. We got Mark in the house. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. We got Steve in the house. Good to see you. Strong bourbon last week. The freaking computer was drinking some strong bourbon last week. I'll tell you that. A well-intentioned mess. True. We got Slime Time in the house. Good to see you. I also made a custom Ultimate Edition using parts from the Ultimate Edition MNW Monday Night Wars Stone Cold, and it's a custom of a highly controversial wrestler who you already know about from the 2007 heinous crime. I think I know what you're talking about. There you go. Tony's here. Tony is here. Tony is ever present. Number one supporter of literally everybody. So shout out to Tony. Let's hit him with
more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
There you go. My MacBook has been doing that too lately. I'm telling you, they announced the new stuff, and like clockwork, all of a sudden everything has problems. I don't get it. Do not get it. But there it is. Cool. So what have you guys been up to? What have you been watching? Tell me about yourselves. Tell me what's going on. Yesterday, the Man Collects actually made his return to General Kenobi's bunker. So make sure all of you go back and check that out. Yesterday was busy. We had General Kenobi's bunker going on with a live stream with the Man Collects. We had Gen X-Wing podcasts doing their awesomeness of real Ghostbuster recaps, featuring Doc of Tools and Talent. He was on there. And then we had Nilda doing the her preview of MegaCon. MegaCon Orlando is this weekend. So there was a lot of streams yesterday. So if you've not done so, check them out. If anybody wants to throw their links in the comments, feel free. And if you actually did a live stream, then I forgot to mention it, throw it in the chat. That way, we all support each other. That's what it's about. Speaking of supporting, 2 PSAs, down in the comments, you're going to see 2 different links for charities. First one, of course, shout out to Dave's Dimension, who I've not seen in the chat yet. I assume he's on his way. Dave's Dimension is doing his annual ride for Roswell, not Roswell, New Mexico, Roswell in New York. It's a cancer research center. He does a ride every year, a bike ride. Thousands of people show up to do this bike ride, and he raises money for it for cancer research. So head down there, drop a donation. He's doing his annual live stream as well. So if you donate more than $10, you get added to his wheel of prizes, and during the live stream, he draws names. You get a prize. That is actually how I got my first hot toy. Was one of Dave Dimension's Ride for Roswell streams. So that was a good time. Definitely check it out. Make sure you leave a donation for that. And if you don't want to win a prize, you can still just donate, because why not? The other donation is, there's a link for the Starlight Foundation in Canada. And that's there, not just because we like to support Starlight as Ghostbusters, but a couple of us will be doing a Ghostbuster. The best way I can explain it is a Ghostbuster D&D night. So we're doing a practice run of that. I won't spoil all the names of who's going to be there, but we're going to be doing a stream. Actually, Tony is the one organizing this, and we'll be raising money for the Starlight Foundation on that stream. But you can start donating early. The link is down below. And the date for when the stream happens will be coming soon. This will actually be my first, I guess I'm going to call it D&D. It's going to be my first time ever doing a D&D game. So I don't know what to expect. All I know is Sal, he does D&D like once a week at a local library. And I have always, well, not always, but I've told him like, oh, all I know of I know D&D and like concept. I used to actually play, shout out if you guys remember this, back in the day, there used to be like online RPGs, and I used to play the Dragon Ball Z ones. I remember when a friend pitched it to me, I thought it was like an actual video game because you made a character, you had currency, you can travel different planets, the whole nine. And they were just all text-based, all message boards back in the day. Shout out to GeoCities. Shout out to, was it Angel Fire was another one? So I guess I have done like RPG type stuff, but not where everybody's sitting down and dedicating X amount of time to play at the same time. So I was like, my only experience with D&D is Stranger Things. He says it's not like that. So we'll see. I'm the newbie in this world. Let's scroll up. And we got Jamie in the house. Good to see you. Ordered a custom Benoit shirt. Nice. They got the Benoit thing's always tough. The Benoit thing's always tough. It's like we understand why they don't acknowledge Benoit, but I feel like as a fandom, we're like, he got real messed up from doing wrestling. And is that the reason why he did what he did? It's tough. It's a tough one. The Benoit thing's a tough one. I mean, they only just even let China in the Hall of Fame, and they started acknowledging her, and she didn't even do anything violent. She was just, there was a triangle between her, Triple H, and Stephanie. So when you go down the list of like controversial people, controversy around them, you know, they seem to be very, we don't want to deal with it. There's the Owen Hart stuff, because I know the Owen Hart family sometimes has issues with the WWE. But Benoit, they just don't talk about him. They just like, we're not doing it. And I feel like the fans are like, no, you can. Like, you could talk about him. We should definitely be talking about CTE when it comes to wrestling. Definitely be talking about steroid use in wrestling. You know, like, there's so many things tied to the Benoit stuff that, I don't know. I feel like the day that they do say we'll acknowledge Benoit even exists, I mean, merch sales are going to be like crazy. Absolutely crazy. And his son goes to, I believe, AEW events. So, you know, I've been hearing rumblings for the last few months about possible Rush Hour 4 movie. Anybody know anything? Yeah, they're doing it. They are doing Rush Hour 4. I don't know. Ever since Chris Tucker, there's a couple things there. Chris Tucker posts, you know, I think Rush Hour 2 went like clean comedy. He was like, I'm doing clean. Like a lot of comedians do that. They either find Christianity or they have kids and they're just like, oh, I don't want to do, you know, dirty jokes and whatever anymore. So I feel like a cleaned up version of Rush Hour is just not going to be funny. I mean, Rush Hour 3 is not that funny. So I don't know if it's going to do anything there. As far as Jackie Chan goes, there's been controversy, from time to time as far as, how involved he is in the Chinese government and like, is he really a nice guy if he's doing all that stuff? Like it makes you think sometimes, but then, I feel like sometimes people don't pay attention to that. And I mean, we all still love what Jackie Chan did for action movies and martial arts and all that. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Rush Hour 4 other than like, I just don't think they should do it. Unless they somehow came back to help Su Yang do something, like you got to really make it a complete throwback or a complete revisiting of part 1. But if they're not going to, even like the jokes of Rush Hour, you can't even write those kinds of jokes now. Like they be, I mean, I feel like people would let it go, but like it'd be pretty controversial to make some of those jokes. Obviously the pool hall scene. So like, I don't know. I don't need a Rush Hour 4. I would love to be wrong about it not being funny. It's going to be S2. It's being split. Oh, split up yes, the Starlight money's going to be split between Canada and US. Sounds like 2 real good charity events. I'll check them out. There you go. Mark says, my daughter does D&D with her friends on Zoom or some crap like that. All I know is that she won't answer our phone calls about 6 hours every Saturday. That's crazy. For about 6 hours every Saturday. I still remember when my cousin told me that at my little cousin's school, the cool kids were the ones good at video games. And this was when he might have just gone to high school. Mind you, he's like almost 25 now, I think. Which is nuts. But yeah, I remember when that happened and I was like, damn, we used to get ridiculed for being in the gamers club, or I was a loser for wanting to go play Yu-Gi-Oh at the local video game store, and now you're cool if you do that stuff. I feel like it's all cyclical. Like I feel like it's going to go around again where all of a sudden you're cool if you're good at sports versus cool if you have like the latest Pokemon cards. I think. Could be wrong. Yep. He was a family man. Henry Resilient in the house. Good to see you. Right? We have unknown YouTuber 513. I believe this is your first time in the stream, so welcome.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah. Benoit's a touchy subject. It's crazy, right? Like there's a lot of there's layers to it. There are so many layers to the Benoit thing. Like, let's look at the business side of it, right? So many companies do what is obviously the wrong decision by their fans and their consumers. My 2 favorite, Target, Tesla. Both literally made business decisions against their own fan base. With Target, when they got rid of the DEI stuff, meanwhile, that's what helped them get through COVID. And then Tesla, Elon being all anti-EV, and it's like, you are EV, and then he starts backing Trump, all that stuff, right? So you have 2 companies that like just straight up went against, they didn't read the room of their own fans. When it comes to wrestling and the Benoit thing, I'm like, what technically is reading the room, right? Are you reading the room properly by saying, hey, we're going to acknowledge that he existed? Are you going too far by saying we're going to release merch? Like where is the line? If we acknowledge he exists, but it's not a big event announcement. Like we don't have like the Horseman show up and then he's there. Like Dean Malenko's not there. Like, is it in poor taste to not make it a big deal that we're bringing him back? But now we're honoring a person who, you know, did what he did to his family. Like, how do you read the room on that? I don't know. I truly do not know. I feel like the only one who can really go in there and say, this is fine, is going to be his son, his surviving son. That's it. And they ask him, like, how do you want to do this? You know, what do you think is the respectful way to go about it? Like, I feel like that's the only way to do it. And I feel like by default, it has to happen at some point. But then you have the casuals, right? You have the people who don't even pay attention. The people who want to find things to attack, who will be like, look at them honoring somebody who did this to their family. Like they're just, you know, this is the worst of the worst. Like that will happen as well. So I don't know what the answer is. But I mean, we all love some freaking Benoit highlights and, you know, like iconic freaking wrestler, you know, and it's like, you just can't talk about it. They can't talk about it. Yep. Rush Hour 4 is in pre-production. There you go. No, I don't like Rush Hour 3. Oh, 1 and 2 are your favorites. Yeah. Yeah. Jackie Chan ain't with the gayish and pretty soon said F his son. Yeah. There's a lot of controversy with Jackie Chan and it's just, it doesn't get talked about because he's not a very public person. And he's over in China and they're not going to, you can't report about that over there. You know, so whatever comes out about Jackie Chan, it comes out and it's in passing and people forget about it. They move on with their day. And nobody wants to rock the boat. You know, it will always be business. Everything is business. You think about when LeBron had to apologize John Cena had to make an apology to China for something he said. And then LeBron also, I think, had to make an apology for something because the WWE and NBA respectively make so much money on China. They had to do like apologies, you know? So there's this like, you know, politically and nationwide, everybody's always just like, oh, China's the op. Meanwhile, like all our stuff is made there. And like movies, for example, like if you're a movie, like think about Sinners, right? Like think about all the awards that Sinners won. And yet it didn't gross that much money because it didn't really get released in China. You know, like it's crazy how much the two nations are like ops, but yet rely so much on each other financially, monetarily. It's crazy. Crazy. Dada Films in the house. Good to see you. Have you seen the trailer for Disclosure Day yet? I have not. I will look that up though. No, a lot of people would lose their shit over some of those jokes. Yeah, with Rush Hour. Yeah. Hey Archer, would you please react live to my Frozen Empire RGB pack? It's on your Instagram. Where? Which Instagram did you send it to? Let me see if I can. You may have sent it to Real Nerd Busters, I'm guessing. Let me switch accounts. I don't see it. Where did you send it? Your daughter's 32. That's crazy. That's crazy that she's playing D&D like that. It's wild. Like it's all ages, from kids to adults, and it's just like nobody judges like that anymore, which is great. Frozen Empire RGB pack sounds cool. It does sound cool. General Kenobi. Good to see you. There you go. There you go. Benoit is a victim of prolonged roid use and CTE. Yep. LeBron had to apologize to China over some NBA event. Yeah, I knew there was something. I just couldn't remember what it was. You never. Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't really make the news. It's not. It's one of those. With various celebrities, there's always like these stories that come out, and it's like the person's was it your Q score or whatever, like how society views you, like favorably or not. Like his Q score is so high favorably that like any kind of negative things that come out, especially around China, it doesn't break through because he's so loved that any negative stuff, it just doesn't make it through. It can't make it through the noise, for better or for worse. You know, it's like, who knows? Oh, here you go. Yeah. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Are you gonna end up printing that, or is it just for fan art? Because that's pretty sick. I like that. I would love to see that like in physical form. Yeah, I saw the video and was like, so weird, like a hostage video with John Cena. Yeah. Yep, General Kenobi. Wasn't there some controversy with Maverick in the Chinese government as well? Something about a patch on his jacket and the opening scenes in Taiwan. Yeah, I think you're right about that one too. That's been an issue with them where it's like, yeah, you can't film here, there. You can't have certain people of certain backgrounds on the posters. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's where, I remember the NBA was getting criticized a lot because it's like, on the one hand, you just posted a whole like everybody's welcome here, everybody's X, Y, and Z commercial, but you won't talk about this and that because there's so much money over there to be made. I don't know. Oh, and yeah, got it. Hey, Duffy Dioramas. Been a hot minute. Good to see you. It's currently in the printing stage and is going to be coming with me to Ghostbusters Day. Oh, there you go. Hell yeah. Love that. Love that. There you go. Rambling Nerd in the house. Good to see you. That's awesome. That is awesome. I can't remember something about a patch referencing Taiwan or resistance movement. Let me look it up. Top Gun, China controversy. All right, so Maverick generated controversy in China due to its strong pro-American military theme and the appearance of a Taiwanese flag on Maverick's jacket, causing the Chinese investor Tencent to pull backing. While the flag was briefly removed in 2019, its return in the final film and the film's celebratory tone led to it not being screened in China. Crazy. And then if we go to the tracker, do I have Maverick on here? I don't. I thought I would have had that on here. I was like, I think there's a C there. Yeah. It's still hit 1.5 without China. Let me see if there's something else here that I can, if I do a search. South Korea, New Zealand. Oh, that's Top Gun 1. Let's look up something more recent. Worldwide. Yeah. So China is an option on here. Look at that. The number one movie in the world, Pegasus 3. You ever hear of that? Almost $600 million worldwide. Number one movie. Never heard of it. Only made $1 million here. It made almost $1 million here. Internationally was everything. That's how big that market is. That's how big that market is. That's what's Hopper's animated movie. The China market, not there yet. Scream 7. I don't think we saw that on there, did we? No, it's not in China. Because we had our stuff going on. It's wild. It's wild how important that is as a market. And, you know, that even speaks to just like the world in general. Like people are always, we're so focused on America. And it's like, you have no idea how massive the world is and how many people are out there. You know, winning America is cool and all, but like, that's not where the big money is when you start factoring in everything else. It's crazy. Oh, you guys saying hi to each other. Got it. I guess kudos to Cruz for putting it on the jacket anyway. And I can't remember the situation entirely enough. Yeah. Yeah. It's Fast and Furious Chinese style. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Hey, there he is. Dave's Dimension, who ordered the 50 pizzas, double cheese, double pepperoni, no pineapples here. Actually, we had pizza for dinner tonight. I don't mind pineapple on pizza. Controversial fact or controversial take. I don't mind many things on pizza. Just don't like olives. But I don't find issue with pineapple on pizza. In fact, I like pepperoni and pineapple on pizza. I think that's a good mix. Since you mentioned Scream, I want to apologize to Scream fans in the chat, but I find the movies overrated as there's nothing interesting and appealing about them. Hot take. I believe I watched I gotta go to Letterboxd. Was it this year or last year I watched Scream 6? Whatever the New York one is. Films. Here you go. I watched it 2024 is when I watched it. That movie came out in 23. God, time flies. Oh my God, time flies so fast. So this was my first Scream movie since the first one. I watched a recap video after the fact. And even though I hadn't watched anything since the first one, watching this one, I didn't feel like I really missed out. Of course, there's some plot points that you're like, oh, what is that a reference to? But you can kind of like piece it together. So then when I watched the explain videos, I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, that's what I thought they were referring to. I didn't mind this one. And I didn't mind the first one. I can't speak to the other ones. But I know Scream has a really loyal fan base. And of course, McKenna Grace and Scream. McKenna Grace, you know, she's getting all the Infinity Stones when it comes to franchises. Her and Zendaya. Let me see if I can lower it down a little bit. Yeah. I feel like I missed a couple chats. Pineapple on pizza. Steve, I'll fight you at GB Day. What's with the hate on pineapple on pizza? I've never understood that. I've never understood that hate. Pineapple and pepperoni on pizza or pineapple and ham on pizza? Pineapple, ham, and jalapenos on pizza? Man, it's so good. I also find Ghostface overrated as they're boring and not that cool and intimidating, but compared to underrated slasher villains like Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine, who's better. I haven't seen that one, but that's why I'm not the biggest horror fan. Like, I just find, a lot of them do tend to be cookie cutter, but that's what makes certain ones so good, right? Like, Devil's Rejects is my favorite horror movie. Like, on paper, really. To me, it's somewhat cookie cutter, but then also kind of different. I like Doc's take, actually, that Ghostbusters could be a horror movie to a certain extent. It just has comedy in it. And some of the good ones do have comedy in it. So it's going to be a double team. All right. I'll be ready. I prefer Harry Warden way more than Ghostface, since Harry Warden is more imposing and terrifying since he caused more fear. Yeah. I haven't seen the new Scream yet. Hell, Alex Palmer from the original 1981 also got traumatized by Harry Warden after witnessing him killing his father, which would lead to Axel assuming the identity of Harry Warden. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you can have multiple good movies. Like, it doesn't have to be, there's only one. Oh, and I always forget to mention Hostel 2. I loved Hostel 2. I've seen it multiple times. Hostel 2, like, after seeing Hostel 1, I was like, it's a good thing I didn't see that movie before I traveled to Europe. Like, back in college, like, we used to go to Europe every summer on our school ship. And there were times where people were just like, hey, you want to come hang out, go party over here? You want to go over there? And we're just like, yeah, sure. And this is pre, cell phones. Well, cell phones with like GPS and stuff. And just be like, yeah, I'll get in this random dude's car. But then after seeing Hostel, I was like, ooh, probably shouldn't have done that. What if? That's good stuff, man. You got sweet and salty covered, pineapple and pepperoni every day, all day. That's what I'm saying. It's a good mix. We got Millennium Workshop in the house. Good to see ya. Just dropped an awesome video today. I actually got to finish it. He did Lando's helmet from Return of the Jedi that he wears at Jabba's palace. So definitely check that video out. A handicap match it is. We lose, we eat pineapple pie. Archer loses, he forfeits the 3D printer. That printer is working for you these days. I don't think you want me to forfeit the printer. I haven't printed anything for me in a hot minute. That printer is all Anthony right now for the last week. Oh, it came through blank. I'm not sure what you were saying. Maybe it was an emoji. Jumping over to, I thought I had it open. Oh, the wand pictures. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Yeah, it's coming out pretty sweet, man. That is pretty sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. It's going to be a good time. Is this... Oh, wait. You guys can't see the screen. My bad. So I had this. This was the wand. and then this one here. These are his Frozen Empire inspired RGB wands. It's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. I really got to start working on a pack. And just having so much fun printing other things. I've only done like 4 Ghostbuster related things. 2 of them I have not shown yet on screen. I might start putting some more Ghostbuster stuff together before Ghostbuster Day. Is this your first Ghostbusters Day? I don't remember Slime Time. I don't remember what you said. Remind me. Where was... I thought I had this open before. There you go. I want to check out Toy Shiz, see if we missed anything toy related. I saw this, and it's funny because the other day Man Collects was talking about the Austin 3-pack. It was like Austin, Ken Shamrock, and Bret Hart, maybe? And I think that came out already. I think I saw somebody do a review on it. But it's crazy to think we've not had this already. The King of the Ring Austin combo. And it's funny because, you know, Austin 316 came from the segment at King of the Ring with the throne and the hat. So the shirt wasn't in existence at that point. But it's cool because, you know, people are going to buy this. You're hoping to get a lot of casual fans that buy this. And what they're definitely going to need is an Austin 316 shirt with their Steve Austin figure. So great idea to do this. Fantastic. Oh, wow. Kyle Peterson showed that off. Where is this happening? Mattel Creations. Are they doing their own event somewhere? I feel like there's been a couple of Mattel Creation. Yeah. They're doing their own event somewhere, I guess. There's no like toy event happening right now, as far as I understand. I got some Motu action there. Castle Grayskull. This is from Geek Dad Life. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Motu stuff as the movie comes closer and closer. That's why I've also been doing some, you know, Motu prints, is because I kind of want to ride the algorithm as we get closer to the Motu movie dropping. It's my very first Ghostbusters Day. That pack and wand are all original design because the ion arm actually wraps around a little bit further in the front of the gauge and and the bumper is custom designed. Yeah, no, it looks great. It looks great. Shit, that may be my first wrestling figure. Yeah. What I will say, it's your first Ghostbuster Day. I'm going to give you the same advice that Dave's Dimension gave me. You know, if you do decide to wear your flight suit, keep in mind it can get very hot that day, especially when you have the pack and all the gear. So heads up on that. The first Ghostbuster Day, I wore the flight suit, and I don't think I ended up taking the PKE or the trap. I just did the flight suit. But I wore shorts underneath so that way I could change afterwards if I needed to. And then last year I did not cosplay at all for it. It ended up raining a ton. So if you are going to dress up for Ghostbuster Day, drink a lot of water. There are public restrooms around. But, disclaimer, you have all that gear on. If it is very hot outside, it's in June. You don't want to have any issues happen. So proceed with caution. I'd recommend not doing the flight suit, but I respect it because I've done it and I understand the excitement going into it that you feel like you need to do the flight suit. And plenty of people do flight suit. Plenty of people do full gear. What's our friend's name? Ramon. He does. Let me find him on the website. I feel like the picture I took of him was 2024. Yeah, like this guy's in full slime pack. Where is that photo? Here he is. Like Ramon had on everything: the boots, the trap, the pedal, goggles on his head, PKE on the other side. He has the whistle from there it is. Flashlight, like everything. Like Ramon's he's always decked out. Stan's here is always decked out with all the gear, full size pack. You know, so there's plenty of people who do it every year, and they're fully packed out, and I'm cool with it. Like I'm not telling you don't do it, but what I'm saying is like just be prepared that it could get very hot. It can get very hot, so just make sure you, like I said, you're hydrated. Maybe bring some backup clothes just in case, and you know, more importantly, you just have a good time. Let's see, where did I leave off? Thank you, Tony. I'm currently trying to track down electronics for it. There you go. There you go. They live in your neighborhood. I live in Texas, so I'm used to the heat. Oh, okay. There you go. Wow, that's quite the commute from Texas to New York. I love that. Do Ghostbuster fans have some for the RGB pack or just movie packs? I've seen movie pack electronics, but I know, I mean, in a way, one of the many projects I was going to do was build the RGB pack and do the electronics. And I bought stuff to make my own electronics. You can do it on your own if you just want to dedicate the time to it. But yeah, I don't know of anybody like Frankengeek who does dedicated RGB electronics. Like Frankengeek makes it so easy. It's so plug and play. Hey, Tools and Talent in the house. Doc in the house. We're just talking about you earlier. The flight suit is very troublesome to wear and walk around the show. Or you said is. So I've never had issues walking around with the flight suit at a show. You know, you're indoors, air conditioned, you know, go outside for breaks depending where you are. Plenty of people do parades in the flight suits, you know, and parades. Most of the ones that people do are like Halloween, St. Patrick's Day, where the weather's cooler. But, you know, depending on your situation, if you're doing a summer event with a flight suit, even if you have not a cotton one, but like a really thick one, it could be problematic because you got the boots on, you got the pack on. What kind of pack do you have? Is it really that heavy? You have all the gear on, your adrenaline's going, like, you know, you lock your knees and you pass out, you know, then you don't want that to happen. So that, you know, like I said, I'm giving the same advice Dave gave me, and I had to learn by being there. Like I took all my stuff to New York, my first Ghostbuster day. I took all of it. And then in that video, let me actually pull it up. I don't have it playlisted here. That's annoying. I should do that. Let's go to the YouTube. Let's see. Ghostbusters Day. It's due. Oh, you guys see. Great.
It's a side street. It's literally a small street. And, you know, people are going to be packed. You're going to have ectos up and down the street. You're going to have the fire truck.
Yeah, I do want to get the challenge points.
Phil's a great vlogger.
Yeah.
Ghost Beacon.
Of Ghostbusters, I know we could be louder than that. What is up?
in hindsight, that transition could have been a little bit cleaner. Live and you learn. What's up, nerds? I have to document all this for all of you who cannot come. Let's go back. I explained it all. That's where I'm going for here. So, yeah, so we have to get down to Tribeca. That's at noon. Unlike the original plan, I do not have my proton pack with me today. I have to document all this for all of you who cannot come to Ghostbusters Day. And there's no way I could carry my proton pack, all the accessories, and then also carry my camera bag with all of its accessories. And then have extra room in case I bought anything at the event. So, right now I'm hoping to be at the firehouse or be in that area around 11:30, and then that way when the event starts at 12, be there for that. I know they're setting up around from 11 to 12, so they don't really want everybody all in their shit at that point, but I want to be in the area at least for that. So, and then all right, well, the plan is to get here early and set up, but I think 11:30 is too late. So then last year, I was like, I'm gonna show up just a little, like slightly earlier. I'm gonna show up just slightly earlier. Why is it not on order? But I realized it's just because I did a search. Oh, last year I messed up the footage.
That door's not going to open, so I'm going to leave it.
That one. See what I guessed right, actually. You know what? Let's do it that way. Watch this one if you're already here. Go back and watch the pregame afterwards and see what I got right as far as my predictions for Ghostbusters Day. Without further ado.
All right, so as per usual.
Literally just moved into this house like the day before this video. No, that was New York Comic Con.
I didn't time it right. But we already met some other busters. We're going to see what this line's about. I think this is a merch line, not necessarily a line to get in. So yeah, we'll check it out. I got just shit, he just crossed. All right, let's go.
Like this, last year was nuts. And I don't know what to even tell you as far as how to prepare for it, because I don't know, like, where are you staying? How far is the commute? Like, all that stuff. And you got to factor that into, am I going to wear all my gear? Like Tools and Talent, actually, Doc and his wife show up full decked out every time. But they also like drive down. They have all their stuff. They don't necessarily park near the firehouse, but it's like, all right, when it's time to break it down, I'm not commuting, an hour, 2 hours to get back to my car, if that's how you're doing it, or to your hotel. So that's where you got to kind of like figure it out. Like, what's the logistics here? Because here's the other thing too, right? Like, depending on who's going to show up this year, we could have a line like this again for autographs. If you want an autograph and you got your suit, your pack, all that stuff, now you're standing in line potentially on a 90-degree day, waiting for it. And then if this happens and it starts to rain, now you're like double screwed if your pack can't get wet, if you haven't sealed your pack to keep the electronics dry. Things you have to think about. So, yeah, I'm encouraging you to bring your stuff, but make sure you plan accordingly if you're going to bring your stuff. The Magnolia Clothes just sent out all the Ghostbuster flight suits for me, so I'm definitely rocking the flight suit. Yeah, Every time I see people in the RGB pack or RGB suits, I'm like, yes. Tony said, bring clothes and a big garbage bag for the rain for your pack just in case. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Yeah, you got Marv in the house. Good to see you. The Stone Cold said so. There we go. I've had no problem in the flight suit. I'm doing a 10K run in full gear. Oh, yeah. Marv is doing his stream. Starts right now, actually, so check that out. Just have lots of water and energy bars. Yeah. Somebody needs to bring a DJ there for some background music. Let me tell you about that. And yes, breaking your boots now. Breaking your boots now. I was pissed this year that they had a DJ. Very pissed off. It's part of the reason why I did this as a voiceover. You know, part of it was I didn't feel like sitting down and editing it so detailed it could survive on its own without me talking about stuff and talking through it. But they had a DJ there at the event. And I was so paranoid that in just vlogging at the event, I would get a copyright strike because of the music. So I do not want a DJ there. I understand the need of a DJ, especially if somebody's just there, you know, having a good time, hanging out. Totally get it. The YouTuber in me, though, is like, no DJ, please. Don't need the copyright strike. Just documenting it. Now, I've seen other videos where people, they recorded while they were there. They did not get copyright strikes. So, you know, there's that. Don't make it your first event suited up. Do some test run events. Yep, start breaking in your boots now. Also recommend having a sturdy belt. Shout out to Tools and Talent. Best belts in the game. In the game. And best believe Tools and Talent, we will do a stream before Ghostbusters Day again, just like we did last year. Maybe have some new guests on. Yeah. It's such a fun day. Such a fun day. Oh, he has the belt. There you go. Look, shout out. Shout out. Yeah, but it's such a good time. It is such a good time. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Heading back to toys real quick before we start wrapping today's episode. This announcement came out. Oh, what's the price on it? Prices are getting high. What's the price on this 2-pack? $80 or something? This is cool. I actually like this. I think this is a cool 2-pack. You know, McFarlane is approaching the end of the line when it comes to the DC stuff. And I haven't been impressed with a lot of figures that he's announced, to be honest. That's cool. Yeah, 25 bones is overpriced. I don't think a lot of people are paying 25 bones for that, but you know, there's that. You do you, McFarlane. This one, people went nuts over this Joker figure. And don't get me wrong, I very much want to have a Jack Nicholson Joker, but it's not Jack Nicholson. Like, that's definitely not his likeness. And I'm like, you know, if we ever got a Hot Toy Jack Nicholson Joker, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. It is a wrap. But look at this Supergirl figure. It is so bad. And why is she still coming to Triggerfinger? I don't know. I can't. With McFarlane, man, like, he misses. Like, he freaking. Sometimes it is just the biggest miss. Especially at the elevated prices. It is crazy. Yeah, make sure those are broken in. And yeah, looking forward to meet you too. I love meeting all of you guys at Ghostbusters Day. Ghostbusters Day, New York Comic Con, another one. It's great seeing everybody. Yeah, I wanted to like this one. Maybe if I saw it in person, I'd feel differently, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get behind it. Let's check out Legacy of Nerd. See on the entertainment side if we want to cover anything before we leave. Shout out to Sinners, of course. Bringing home almost all the gold. Almost. But we're fine with it. RIP to the Buffy TV show getting canceled before it even came out. Not great. Daredevil is next week, which is pretty exciting. Cannot wait for that. I believe we're doing weekly drops. That tends to be what Disney does. So yeah, we're really excited for that. I don't know why my internet's like being dumb right now. Here we go. Some Power Ranger stuff. We got that Spider-Man trailer. You know, I'm hearing some back and forth as to what happens to him in the movie. You know, and I'm down for both. Does he get the symbiote? I'm down. Does he mutate to the man spider? I'm down. I'm down for both. I would love it for them to take a chance and do the mutation. Love it. Would absolutely love it. We got some Scooby-Doo casting news. Again, talking about what's her face from Ghostbusters? Forgetting her name. McKenna Grace. She's going to be in that. But yeah, Spider-Man was a big thing this week. It's funny though how short the news cycle is, because you know, Spider-Man trailer for one day was everywhere, and we've already moved on. We've already moved on from it. But yeah, I'm hoping this is Man Spider. I really hope they. I'm really hoping to go for. Man, final scene of the movie, him like having the chest pains and the rib pain, and then the arms bust out. Man, that'd be sick. You're staying at the Hotel the Buffalo Ghostbusters recommended. Nice. Yeah, it's in Jersey. What about the Firefly hype? Yeah. Animated series for Firefly coming back. Not coming back. Firefly's coming back in animated form. And yeah. Excited for that. Was never the biggest Firefly fan. Watched. Actually, it's funny. Some of the guys in the group chat, similar to myself, their first viewing of Firefly was the movie Serenity. Like, I remember seeing that as a trailer, you know, like the sci-fi show or sci-fi movie. And then it was on our movie network at school. So I watched it and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I feel like this is like trying to be Fifth Element. Like, what's going on? And I enjoyed it. Went back to watch the show. Couldn't get crazy into the show. Respected the show. But coming back now with Firefly crawled so Guardians of the Galaxy could walk. That's kind of what happened there. So this coming back now with technology where it is, the budget where it is, especially in animated form, I think this is going to be pretty good. But I'll need to go back and watch the show just to like brush up on stuff, because I did start it, just didn't finish it. But shout out to Daniel, because he went to South by Southwest, which is crazy. Good for him, man. We got this from Playmates coming out. So if you need some Power Ranger stuff, there you go. There you go. Do we know anything about more of the possibility of Hasbro being at Ghostbusters Day this year? I don't see why they wouldn't be. Unless Hasbro was cutting down on their budget, which even then, I mean, they all crammed into a freaking SUV 2 years in a row and drove down same day from Rhode Island. Like, I don't even think they had a budget. So, the first time that I saw them there in 2024, like there was nothing to promote outside of, oh, sorry, that's not true. Ghostbusters Day 2024, they announced the teaser for the HasLab, and there was the 3 3/4 announcement, the 3 3/4 4-pack. But at that point, the HasLab had already closed for 2 in the box. So, like, did they even really need to be there, considering they didn't announce the Ecto at that one? They didn't have to be there, but they came anyway. So, will they do a full table and tent this year like they did last year? I don't know if they're going to announce something. I feel like it'd be awkward if they showed up and the 84-pack was not already out. Like, it was supposed to be out already. But we'll see. I don't doubt that they'll be there. I just can't promise it. And the event just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Like, if Hasbro is going to dedicate their funds to send the Ghostbuster team to an event, like, this is the event you go to. Yeah, Nathan Fillion killing it on The Rookie. I feel like, Mark, you should watch The Rookie if you've not. I feel like that is right up your alley. Never saw the show, but it's on my list of things to watch. Yeah. Because The Rookie, like, Nathan Fillion just, like, has full control of just being Nathan Fillion. Like, I feel like other things leading up to that, he's kind of just like the actor there. But The Rookie, I feel like is The Rookie is just pure Nathan Fillion, and it's good. Fun guy to watch. With it being the 40th anniversary of the real Ghostbusters this year for Ghostbusters Day, yeah, I don't know. Every year they've announced something. If they announced a RGB pack, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. But I feel like right now, especially with the Halloween costumes proton pack, like, they got to really, like, announce something cool. Dude, I do watch it. It's a good show. Yeah. My wife loves that show. She watches it. And I don't hate the show. I just, it is, there's a lot of shows that I don't hate. I just don't watch them on my own. And that's one of them. Like, if it's on, like, I'll sit there and watch it. I don't dislike it. I enjoy it, but I just don't watch it on my own. There's quite a few shows that are like that. I can't think of any immediate examples. Your wife loved Castle back in the day. Yep. Never saw that one. I think she watched that one too. I immediately thought of Bones when you wrote Castle, even though I know they're different shows. Funny. I thought Bones, I thought the main character was the dude that played Angel in Buffy. I didn't realize Bones was the girl in that show. I didn't realize that she was technically the main character. Interesting. Let's do one last thing. Steve, most TV I watch is so I can spend time with my wife. That is most of our together time as well. If I'm watching something I really like, she's nowhere to be seen. How's that fair? That I'm lucky in that sense. Like, there's very few things that I would watch that she doesn't like. Otherwise, we like pretty much the same stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, usually it's movie stuff I'm watching on my own. Rogue Demon in the house. Good to see you. Yo, everyone. I'm engaged to my girlfriend of 5 years, Victoria. Hey, shout out to you, Rogue Demon.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Congratulations. That is awesome. She wanted me to let you know that she does not watch Castle. So there you go. Ultra says, I used to watch Castle on syndicated channels with my family, and I used to have DirecTV. Nice. Yeah, I never saw it. That's the one where he's a writer as well, right? In that one? Dave said that I missed talking about X-Men 97. Oh wait, that's 2026, not 2025. That was like 2 years ago, right? When I was like, oh, remind me to talk about X-Men 97, and then I never came back to it. Dude, we need where is X-Men 97? Isn't that this year? I feel like X-Men 97 is this year. I haven't seen any trailers or anything for it. But we have Maul coming up. Actually, Legacy here has. There's an X-Men 97 comic coming out on June 3rd. And this person said, I suspect 97 season 2 will be out right after Born Again comes out. Oh, so we don't have a date yet for season 2? It's got to be this year, though. It's got to be this year. Cannot wait for X-Men 97. Cannot wait. I saw these today at Target. Yeah. All right. I think that's a wrap. Yeah, of course, man. Congratulations. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Once again, congrats to Rogue Demon. Oh, sorry. Last thing. I'm surprised Legacy didn't talk about it. There's a rumor that A24 is doing a Bloodsport reboot. They're redoing it. I don't know if it's a series, but they're doing another Bloodsport movie. And my thoughts are don't do it. But if you're going to do it, it's got to be crazy. It's got to be crazy. Not only do the fights have to be crazy, but it just has to make no sense. Like, yeah, I was watching it the other day, as you guys probably know. And I was reminded of the Joe Rogan comment where it's like, for decades, people thought Bloodsport was based on a true story because the movie says based on a true story, and yet none of it is true. Like, they got to pull some wild stuff if they're gonna do a Bloodsport movie. You know, I dare I say they should even do like a Jumanji or there's another movie that does this where it's like super meta, where it's like, you know, do a movie where the person's gonna go do a remake of Bloodsport and then actually gets pulled into a Kumite. Like, I feel like that's the only way to do this. I feel like it's the only way to do it. Tropic Thunder type of scenario. Otherwise, there's no need for a remake of Bloodsport or Kickboxer. Those are gems. You had me a Bloodsport movie, yeah. Yep, we talked about that. There's a link down below. Make sure you guys check out Dave's Dimension for the stream for a cure. Steve said, see you at Ghostbusters Day. There you go. Mark said, to my wife's credit, I watched a lot of car shows, so I can't blame her. If she sat down with me and watched retro Orange County choppers and didn't walk, I would question her sanity. Is Van Damme going to be the new Bolo Young character? I don't know. Frank Dukes. Let's go. Bloodsport movie? No, let it rest. It was a great movie. Let it be. Come on, USA. Or no, let's go, USA. Man. Oh, what was the... Is it on my story still? This movie tripped me out as a kid. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So one of the movies I always talk about when I talk about like underrated, awesome movies is The Hunted. But I'm usually talking about the Jean-Claude. I'm usually talking about the Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro Hunted movie. Amazing. I feel like not enough people talk about that movie as being just, like, to me, a gold standard of hand-to-hand combat in a movie that's very grounded. So I love The Hunted, but I also forgot about this movie, The Hunted, that came out 95. And this scene here, I don't even remember the premise of this movie. To me, this movie solely exists on this train. And what tripped me out about this movie comes out in 95, and at the same time, Highlander, the TV show, and the movies are on syndication on TV. And Christopher Lambert's in this movie. And he has a samurai sword. And yet, he is not like the badass guy in this movie with a samurai sword. Like, he's not the most badass. And as a kid, I was like, what? Like, he's Highlander. What are you talking about? And even though I knew it wasn't Highlander, I was still like, this has to be Highlander. This movie is so badass, man. So badass. I've fallen down this rabbit hole of old school, like, martial arts Instagram pages. And all I remember of this scene, the Yakuza is going after Christopher Lambert. And this guy and his daughter, who are both, like, trained ninja, are protecting him from, like, the Yakuza, right? And the Yakuza, of course, have their own ninja army. And they're on this train. The ninjas jump on the train. This dude finds out. And he's like, I gotta take them out. Like, they're here to kill you. I gotta kill them. So where he's walking right now, he went to the entertainment cart and, like, rips out the tables, like, clears the bar, yells at people, get out. They're on a bullet train in Japan. And he's like, get out of here. Takes off his jacket, takes out a sword, and he's like, I'm going to go drag the ninja to this cart. Like, that's my goal, is to get them to the cart. And the ninja, because they don't fully know who they're going for, and they're not supposed to exist, the ninja they jump on the back of the train. These guys are at the front of the train. And he's walking through the front telling people, go to the front, get out of here. Like, he has a sword. He's like, get to the front of the train. And all these people are running to the front of the train as the ninja are on the back of the train, literally offing people in the train because nobody can know that they even exist. So they're just walking car to car, just like offing. And, they finally meet at this train car. And that's where they're just like, oh shit, like, he's here, because they know who he is. And he's trying to get them to come back to the entertainment car so they could have their fight. The fight's dope. And this is another one of those, like, I forgot this movie existed until this came up in my stories. But yeah, I didn't even catch the caption here. The Hunted was released on this day in 1975 and contains a sequence on a bullet train that needs to be seen to believe. I'll risk it. Obviously he wins, right? Like, maybe I won't do the whole thing. I'll just jump through it. So nobody could know they're there. That's why they're doing this. And then at the front in car 9, he's like,
前から危ない奴らが来るんで後ろの車両に逃げてください悪いけど早くしてください早くしろ
it's funny because I used whenever this was on USA Network, I would just wait for this fight scene. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm done. I can go about my day. I haven't seen this since like 2000. That's his daughter, I think. Yeah, because she has the swords out ready. There will always be something that is just inherently badass about the like samurai guy who's like, I'm so depressed, I'm gonna go have to off people right now. It's like, I didn't want to do this, but I must do this. It's just so awesome. I feel like at some point he cuts the floor too, so they can't open the door. Look at that. It's in there. We're just unlocking it, but it's in there. I mean, obviously he wins, right? So I don't want to spoil that part, but see, and that was the part that killed me. Like Christopher Lambert kind of being a bitch. Killed me. I was like, what? He's supposed to fight them. He's the Highlander. Khaki ninjas. Ninjas from the Gap. The Gap ninjas, yeah. Bitch, come get some. Yeah. Dude, it was great. Someone's egg roll got cut off. I get it. Not the right cuisine for the movie. Still better fighting than American Ninja movies. American Ninjas are lame. I haven't seen American Ninja in so long. That's Team Ninja shit. I gotta watch American. Yeah. I need to add that to the list of my weekend movies. American Ninja. I'm currently, going through the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. I think I'm caught up. Oh, excuse me, on like the era that I'm going for here. So I watched Lionheart the other day. We did Bloodsport. This weekend was Kickboxer. So I think I'm kind of good on the JCVD era of like 80s into early 90s or mid 90s. So, The Hunted, I would love to get that on my list. Again, a movie I forgot existed, but I want to watch that. Watch Best of the Best. But, what were you talking? American Ninja. I gotta get American Ninja on my list. I forgot about that movie too. American Ninja. Of course, Showdown Little Tokyo. I love that movie. That's good. That hits different. And then, circling back to the beginning of this conversation, I got to get some Jackie Chan movies on there. Watch Police Story, watch Super Cop, and watch was it Twin Dragons? Was it Fast Food? Meals on Wheels or something like that was another one with Sammo Hung. Gotta watch some of those Sammo Hung movies with him. These were my Saturdays as a kid, man. You watched the cartoons, right? You watched like your X-Men, your Batmans and all of that. And then in the afternoon, you had WWF Saturday afternoon, I think it was called. You had WCW in the afternoons. Eventually they went to evenings. We had those. And then you switched over to like USA, TBS, and TNT. You jumped between the three. See who had the better show, right? Who had the better martial arts show that day. And for the longest time, we would only get as far as Jackie Chan goes, you get Rumble in the Bronx. Like Rumble in the Bronx was like the only Jackie Chan movie you would get. And then eventually they started doing the Jackie Chan marathons. And then you had to I remember I had to wait. I was like, oh my God, I've seen Police Story already. I've already seen Super Cop. I've already seen Rumble in the Bronx. Everybody knows these movies, but it was at midnight, 1 a.m. That's when the other Jackie Chan movies would come out. That's when Twin Dragons would show. That's when Meals on Wheels or whatever showed up. All the Sammo Hung stuff. All of those were on the overnight hours. And I'd stay up late to watch them. And that's what I'm saying with Jackie Chan. For all the issues that Jackie Chan has, we all have such fond memories. So many gems. Dave, yes, watch parties would be fun. I got to figure out a way to do that, to make that work. We do. Project A, good one. Armor of the Gods. Yeah, watch parties would be awesome. What's tough about the watch party? Well, first of all, there's the YouTube copyright issue. We get banned. I know a lot of people do watch parties on Discord. That's a workaround. But I don't know. I just don't ever know if there's a good viewing experience on the watch party where everybody feels like I can sit down, and just chill and watch it. Right? I'd want the way that I'm watching it where I'm sitting down, talking about it, watching it for you guys to also be able to chill and watch it and it not be a limited experience. You had a ton of movies on DVD. I would order them from Borders Bookstore. Yeah. Thinking Double Impact, good one. 2 Van Dammes for the price of 1. Time Cop was a good one. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something. But yeah, that's a wrap. That's an episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Nerding out as always. talking about the classics. Discord up. Mark, you're on Discord? I didn't think you were a Discord guy. That's awesome. Superfuzz 1980. Yo, Dada has all the best suggestions. Superfuzz. What is this? What is red powder from nuclear explosion gives police officer superpowers as long as he doesn't see anything red. Got it. Terrence Hill, Ernest. How do you? I know him from stuff. I don't know how to say his name. Borgnine. Julie Gordon. Do we know anybody else in this movie? That's hilarious. I've never heard of this. But again, if we get like a watch party thing going, I would love to watch something like that. Would love to watch something like that. I'm back. We doing a watch party? Yeah, we're supposed to do one. Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. Jacqueline Benz. Am I saying it right? Jacqueline Benz. First time on the stream, I believe. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. You said no, but you will. All right. I am terrible at Discord. I am awful at it. Sal is the one that's in our Discord. I am awful at Discord. My daughters have Discord servers, gamer chicks, whatever. I'll ask them to help me set it up. There you go. Yeah, you know what it is? There's just so like between Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and then we have multiple Instagram pages. I'm behind on our own DMs. Like between all of that, I'm like, I can't add another one. Threads, you know? Okay, Jake won. Okay, great. Awesome. Welcome aboard. We talk all things nerdy here, as you can see. But yeah, we'll figure out the watch party thing. We'll figure that out. But that's a wrap. That's an episode of HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15 p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again. The way that this figure has grown on me, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's been on my desk since we unboxed it. It's been on my desk. And I just look over at it. I'm just like, I'm still not ready to go down the Mondo rabbit hole. But for the price, no regrets. No regrets. And then, I mean, right now, my figure of the year. A lot of good stuff. I don't know if there'll be a 3D print video this weekend. I'll try my best. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. I'm at it. No regrets.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.